The bronze kneeling figure with a zun on top is a heavyweight cultural relic unearthed from the sacrificial pit number 3 at Sanxingdui. When unearthed, there was a noticeable gap at the top of the bronze zun. Curiously, the missing piece was never found in pit number 3. Where did the missing piece go? Relying on the intuition of a cultural relic restorer, Yu Jian, a cultural protection expert at Sanxingdui Museum, prepared to make a bold attempt, witnessed by Ran Honglin and Guo Hanzhong. This bronze fragment was unearthed from pit number 2 in 1986, and had been in the warehouse for over 30 years.
Mr. Guo, Mr. Ran, we have a fragment from pit number 2. It also has this knob. It seems right.
It should match.
Just try it. Wow, they do match.
It fits perfectly. This is from pit number 2, and this is from pit number 3. That means... oh my goodness, they match.
Look, it's perfect.
Oh, a major discovery.
A turning point leads to a new scenery. The fragments from different sacrificial pits were finally reunited. Maybe, being shattered and buried, was not the end of the story. On that bone-chilling winter day, every cloud in the sky foretold fate. The Sanxingdui people walked alone in the heavy snow. Perhaps every path has people bravely choosing a starting point and proudly choosing a return route. The Sanxingdui people, filled with devotion, prayed for divine revelation to help them calmly pass through the winter. The river of time flows endlessly. After being buried for more than 3,000 years, the unearthed artifacts of Sanxingdui are about to have a new home.
We need to use the gantry, set up steel pipes and lift them up. It's high enough over there. The problem is on this side. It should be high enough.
When Guo Hanzhong touched the bronze divine tree again, nearly 30 years had passed. Restoring this bronze artifact marked Guo's entire youthful years. At this moment, he and other staff were disassembling the tree that he had personally restored.
Its total height is 3.96 meters. We reinforced it using the principle of the triangle with wooden strips. It can protect the branches. Slowly.
The reinforced divine tree would be separated. Early the next morning, the upper part of the divine tree was slowly lifted. The divine tree, nearly 4 meters tall, was divided into 2 layers. This 3,000-year-old bronze divine tree would be sent to the warehouse, awaiting to shine again when the new museum opens.
Make a turn.
At the beginning of 2020, we did a CT scan at the Palace Museum and found a bright or non-bright substance inside these small branches. Further section observation revealed a supporting core material. We named it the core rod.
After Guo Jianguo first discovered the core rod casting technology used in the tree branches, the bronze casting technology of Sanxingdui became his focus of study.
They are all square-shaped. They should also be cast.
Judging from the thickness. And the core is not fully mineralized.
You can clearly see the core rod here.
The exposed parts of these bronze branches clearly showed a copper rod, which was the core rod supporting the loam core.
The lone head of the turtleback-shaped artifact from pit number 7, and the lone body of the standing figure holding a lone from pit number 8 have obvious core rods. Other branches also have core rods.
These core bones contain various materials, including organic and metallic. This unique casting method has never been found in the bronze casting of other regions in China during the same period, and is unique to Sanxingdui. In the new round of excavation, the core rods were found in the unearthed bronze branches, bronze flower buds, bronze turtleback grid-shaped artifact, and bronze winding loam lid. The earliest record of this technology in the entire China is the bronze chariot and the necks of waterfowl of the terracotta warriors. These artifacts were made nearly 1,000 years later than Sanxingdui. At the same time, when scanning the many bronzes in this round of excavation, they also first found the existence of core rods in the statues. The most unique one is this small bronze standing figure, nicknamed Ultraman.
The core rod of the small standing figure is cross-shaped, with 2 horizontal and 1 vertical. It's the same shape as the other discovered core rods, which is rectangular and long.
This technology was not discovered first in Sanxingdui. It was found in Greece and Rome, dating back to 400 to 500 BC. Although the core rods of Sanxingdui were discovered later, their production time was at least 700 years earlier than the core rod technology in Greece and Italy. It could be segmented casting.
According to Guo Jianguo, the unique core rod technology of Sanxingdui effectively solved the stress of irregular shapes in bronze casting and improved the success rate of mold casting. Although it is just a technical detail, it is more advanced in the world's bronze casting technology of the same period. Where is its origin? Is it an innovation of local technology, or the introduction of foreign technology? More interestingly, the complex segmented casting and connection technologies show a manufacturing concept completely different from the Central Plains bronze casting. This is the bronze mystical beast unearthed from pit number 8. When cleaning it, experts found 2 protruding parts on its tail, which match the details and dimensions of the missing part of bronze kneeling figure with a zune on top from pit number 3. It could be determined that these 2 artifacts could be assembled together.
Put it on top directly.
Try to snap it in place.
See how well it's designed.
It's very stable.
Exactly, it fits perfectly. Other artifacts also have this type of snap-on design.
Recently, experts found the top part of the bronze figure with a zune unearthed from pit number 2 in the warehouse. And now they have found the lower part, the bronze mythical beast, from pit number 8. This successful cross-pit assembly indicates that sacrificial pits number 2, number 3, and number 8 were formed roughly in the same period. The fragments left by the Sanxingdui people are gradually piecing together a complete world in the hands of experts. However, this surprising journey has just begun. This broken bronze altar was unearthed from pit number 8. Its overall structure is a multi-level tower, with the bottom being an openwork base, and the middle a platform for ceremonial activities. On the platform, there are 13 small bronze figures, divided into 3 groups of 4. In the center of the middle platform, there is a small mountain-like protrusion. Experts compared the breakage marks, and found that it should be the bronze kneeling figure with a lei on his back that fell into the pit. The upper part of the bronze altar was incomplete when unearthed. What could it be?
Watch out.
I can see it.
Tilt up a bit more. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
When this huge and unprecedentedly shaped artifact was unearthed from pit number 3, even the archaeologists couldn't name it. So they simply called it oddly strange. Its lower part is a bronze figure with a missing lower half. It immediately reminded the experts of the small mythical beast unearthed at the same time as the bronze altar.
There's a small mythical beast on the altar, above the beast. Through assembly, we think it might be the oddly strange from pit number 3, together with the small figure above the beast. They make up a relatively complete artifact. As for what's above the oddly strange, there are several components. What exactly is on top? We still don't have a definite answer at this time.
After long-term cleaning, restoration, and cross-pit assembly, archaeologists found the trumpet-shaped bronze kneeling figure with a zune on top from pit number 2. After comparison, it was confirmed that the bronze figure unearthed 36 years ago was the missing top part of oddly strange. The entire bronze altar used a lot of segmented casting and cast-bonded techniques, where precast small parts were precisely positioned, assembled, and nested to form a well-designed large bronze artifact nearly 2 meters high. It is hard to imagine that such a modern-looking bronze artifact came from the hands of craftsmen over 3,000 years ago.
The core of the bronze altar is a 3-level structure, with 20 figures with different expressions and 3 groups of mythical beasts each having their respective roles, situated at different levels. The sense of burden carried by the strongmen, the carefulness of the drivers, and the devoutness of the kneeling figures are all vividly expressed.
Coincidentally, similar to the hierarchical sense of the bronze altar, the bronze snake-bodied figure with a zune on top from pit number 8 also appears busy. This artifact has a circular lei on a square base, an inverted figure on the lei, and a cinnabar-painted gu-shaped zune on the figure's head. Despite the rich elements of the artifact, the legs of the figure were still missing some parts. Where could these missing parts be?
We wondered where the missing parts were. In the end, we discovered that it had been unearthed in 1986 and had always been in the museum. But then we found that it had been displayed in the exhibition hall for 35 years upside down.
Only the tail is missing.
See, aren't the gaps matching perfectly?
Match perfectly.
Let's magnify it.
Exactly identical.
After being alone for over 3,000 years, researchers announced that the bronze snake-bodied figure with a zune on top from pit number 8, and the bronze bird-footed figure unearthed from pit number 2 in 1986, successfully matched. These 2 artifacts have finally reunited, now jointly known as the bird-footed deity statue. The artifact not only features protruding eyes and obvious fangs, but also a completely inverted lower body that exceeded everyone's expectations. The peculiar posture seems to elevate it from a human to a god. As the research continued, experts found that the journey of assembly was far from over. This bronze kept growing taller. At the top of the bird-footed deity statue stands a bronze figure in luxurious clothes. holding a loam-shaped staff. Archaeologists speculate that this artifact might represent a deity. Returning an empty wine vessel after enjoying human offerings. The bronze figure holding the loam-shaped staff at the top might have been bestowed with supreme power. The three bronze artifacts successfully pieced together across different pits tell the unique story of the Sanxingdui people through their superb bronze casting techniques, and further elevate the achievements of the Chinese bronze civilization to new heights.
The collage and combination of different images and different materials from a contemporary perspective actually employ methods often used in modernism and postmodern design. It conveys a complete process from worship to sacrificial ceremonies, to celestial rituals through a narrative plot. As early as 3,000 years ago, the Sanxingdui people skillfully used this method to craft their own mythology. I think their aim was not to create artifacts, but to create deities.
Due to the discovery and research of core rods in bronze artifacts, Guo Jianguo was invited by Professor Mei Jianjun, director of Needham Research Institute in the UK, to represent Asian scholars in world bronze archaeological science. The upcoming learning and exchange filled him with anticipation for the future.
To view our research from a global perspective and consider it within the context of the world is a significant goal I aim to achieve.
The exhibition design in the new museum is coming to an end. The installation of the bronze divine tree will begin soon. At the same time, several mysterious artifacts have been brought into the hall. The bronze altar, bird-footed deity statue, and bronze figure riding on a beast with a zun on top, representing the pinnacle of Sanxingdui's craftsmanship and artistic creativity, have been 3D printed and placed in display cases. Not far away, the broken bronze artifacts reflect a distant history. These bronze-made myths shine together, reaching heaven and connecting to earth, seemingly using their mysterious power to draw people into the world of divine revelation.
The divine tree in front of us is the treasure of the Sanxingdui Museum, the bronze divine tree. It is 3.96 meters high and is currently the largest single-piece bronze artifact from this period unearthed worldwide.
Every day, over 10,000 people stop in front of the tree to listen to the ancient myth.
You can see the tree has 3 levels, with 3 birds on each level, totaling 9 birds. The main trunk at the top is broken, so it is guessed that there may have been another bird.
Young director Guo Jiong has traveled a long way. During this visit, he plans to create a fantastic video based on the story of the divine tree.
Once, while I was reading some interpretations online, I found that they closely linked the stories of the bronze divine tree and Sanxingdui with the classic of mountains and seas. I thought this was so cool, and it ignited my desire to create such a film.
Guo Jiong uses extreme photography to create beautiful Chinese-style videos, spreading Chinese culture to the world. This time, he will take the Sanxingdui bronze deity bird as the theme, to complete a challenge with street dancers from Chengdu. The winter in Cambridge, UK, is particularly cold. Gu Jianbo is getting used to life in this 800-year-old world-renowned university. Focusing on Sanxingdui's casting methods and characteristics, he hopes to share his research results and seek more diverse exchanges and collisions in a foreign land, with mysteries that remain unsolved.
There's no doubt that the discoveries of Sanxingdui have at least deepened our understanding of the diversity of Chinese Bronze Age civilization compared to the past. It must be a diverse civilization system.
We don't know them really from other regions in China or elsewhere. The technology is of course different too, particularly the use of sequential casting with the core rods, with the multiple spacers to make sure the casting is perfect, with the very thin walls, with the stability in the artifacts. And also the organization of production may have been different too. We don't know much about how long it took to make these artifacts, how production was organized, but all of these three dimensions most likely are quite different from the more famous Shang bronzes, for example.
During his visit and study in the UK, Gu Jianbo had the opportunity to talk with globally renowned professors.
Okay, let's go in. Come in. Welcome.
No, come in. Okay. Keep your shoes. Keep coming. Thank you. I think it's not at all clear what is going on in Sanxingdui. I mean, obviously they have some view of a universe. They make a picture of it in bronze. We know that picture. We know the trees. We know the strange eyes. We know the thing that looks like the sun, perhaps. We know all that, but we don't know what it means.
I think Sanxingdui is a unique and exceptional existence. Its significance in our understanding of the diversity of early Chinese civilization is unparalleled. No other discovery surpasses Sanxingdui in this regard. China's Bronze Age itself is also unique in the world.
Clear.
Are cameras A and B okay?
Okay.
It's my first time trying long-take filming. So difficult. It requires the coordination of lighting, actors, music, photography, and the scene.
After overcoming numerous difficulties, Gu Jiyong finally completed his challenge, naming his work The 10th Sun on Fusang. Dreams, calamities, and rebirth are the stories Gu gave to the 10th divine bird. But the Sanxingdui people stood on the boundary between dreams and reality, as if they had heard the call of the deity and received divine revelation. That is the hymn above reality, the final destination they aim to reach in the flow of time. As the sun goes down, in the evening breeze, the Sanxingdui people would make their final farewell. In this inevitable winter, perhaps it was finally time to leave. The Sanxingdui people would bury their past, and the earth would return to silence. The former glory and legends would be buried in history. 3,000 years later, the lost cultural relics will be reunited. But can those buried secrets be uncovered?